Hi, my name is Tasia and I am a foster parent. I also obtained my cosmetology license in 2007, and I'm going to do a short video for you today on some best practices for African American hair care. One thing you may discover about African American hair is it may be more coarse and drier than what you may be used to. And when I say coarse, I mean a tighter curl pattern. Because of this difference, you don't wash African American hair on a daily basis. In fact, washing it weekly will do, and that's mostly for an active kid who may roll around on the dirt or the carpet or things like that. But generally, if you can, every other week would be a more ideal wash time frame. There are even exceptions to washing it that frequently. For example, if your child in your care has braids, a weave, or like a shortcut, or even like what I have, which are called locks, you don't wash it that often at all. Whether the braids are on the scalp or box braids, which are braids that come out from the scalp and hang kind of like my locks are hanging, those stay in for a month or longer usually. And there are products called refresher sprays that you would just spray the hair with to refreshen it and to moisturize it, because remember, being dry is the issue, not being oily. And this also serves as a cleanser of sorts as well. Because our hair is generally coarse, like I described, and drier, we have different needs in our hair care products. I personally recommend choosing a hair care system and staying with that hair care system. For example, I like Shea Moisture, so I have their conditioner here, I have their shampoo here. They make a refresher spray. They make oils that I like to use because we need to add moisture to our hair. So we do need to use products like that. And again, I will show more examples of products later. And selecting the correct hair care products for African American hair is very important. There are some ingredients that I would recommend you look for. And I've broken those up into two categories. The oil in the product is very important, and some of the oils that I recommend are coconut oil products, olive oil, argan oil, almond oil, avocado oil is a good oil, castor oil, jojoba, rosemary, tea tree. And those are just some examples. There are more good oils than that, but those are probably some of the most common that you'll find. And some of the other popular and healthy hair care ingredients that you'll find are honey, apple cider vinegar, shea butter, ginger, and even products with water in it or just water. Sometimes, and I highly recommend this, maybe every other day, you just have water in a spray bottle and you spray the hair just to moisturize it, and then you would oil the hair on top of that to kind of seal in the moisture from the oil. And there are some ingredients in black hair care products that you should avoid. For example, benzene, formaldehyde, and alcohol. Those are all drying properties. And like I said, our plight in our hair is already on the dry side, and we don't want further drying out, because that is how breakage and just unhealthy hair happens. Parabens are another ingredient you should steer clear of. I believe that is cancer causing. Sulfates, and I know that's a common ingredient in a lot of like shampoos and things, which is a good ingredient for oily hair because it's very stripping. However, once again, with our issue being, on the dry side, we don't need extra stripping. So we're always looking to put moisture in, and there are shampoos that are moisturizing shampoos, and that's the type of things you want to look for on the label. Different hairstyle ideas for little girls are like braids, two-strand twist. Little girls like beads and bollies in their hair, and I'm going to show some examples of those. And for boys, if their hair is long, maybe they would like just a fro or a haircut, which you would need to find a barber for that to maintain. And I'll show a couple different examples of different little boy haircuts. They like fades, they like boxes, different things like that. For like a teenager, generally they already know what to do with their hair, or how they like it, or how to explain to you what to do with their hair. You want to watch out for things like perms or relaxers. So generally when an African American says perm, what they mean is relaxer. So they don't mean the curl rods and the chemical process that makes your hair curly. They're actually referring to a relaxer, which is a chemical process that makes your hair straight. And I don't believe that we have the authority to do chemical processes on children in foster care. So if you hear something like that, that should throw up a red flag. We don't want to do things like that. I don't believe we're allowed to do coloring and things like that without permission. So it would be along those lines, and that would be something that you would want to escalate for permission. I do recommend styles like braids and twists, even sew-in styles for girls, because these are what we call protective styles. And this just allows our natural hair to have a break, because the process of maintenance is so involved, and a lot of times giving our hair a break allows it to rejuvenate and grow. So you will see a lot of benefit from, taking like your little girl or little boy to get braids in their hair, and leaving them in for weeks, if not a month or so, depending on what type of braids they are. When you take them out, the hair will have grown, the hair will be healthier, and it's pretty common practice that that's what you do with, African American little girls. You generally keep their hair braided or in twists, bollies, beads, those type of style. I am available for any questions, concerns, if you need help, if you're at the store and you're looking at products and you don't know what to buy, if you need a demonstration in person, if you want to outsource the hair care to me, I'm available for that as well. We could work something out. But whatever you decide to do, you just want to remember to be encouraging and uplifting about the child's hair as you're interacting with the child, because generationally that has been a point of contention in the Black community. People have looked at our hair as not desirable, and we want to try to be uplifting. Our hair has different needs, but it's not bad, it's not worse, it's different.